Dallas Cowboys fans, this is what you've been looking for. A show discussing the team you love without all the fluff and BS. Host Greg Rector, along with Cowboys writers and content creators from across the country, break it down. This isn't the same old, same old. This is the blue and silver breakdown. How about them Cowboys?
Hey everybody, this is Greg Rector, and this is the Blue and Silver Breakdown, where tonight we're going to discuss the 17 games upcoming for the Cowboys this regular season, and we'll decide who wins and loses. It'll be a very interesting year. Of course, this a lot depends upon what happens with Micah. Which, of course, is just utter nonsense at this point. The Cowboys will open the season against the Philadelphia Eagles on September the 4th. I'm going to call it that the Cowboys go up and beat those Eagles, and I'm going to say it'll be 34-24. We will beat the Eagles because CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens will have huge games. So there you have it, right off the hop. My top choice for the season is beating those Eagles. Yeah, they're the defending Super Bowl champs and all that fun sort of stuff, but again, they can be beaten. You got to remember that defense has lost 4,500 snaps. And I think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens have a field day. Jake Ferguson as well. And don't forget about the smaller running back, Jaden Blue, out of the backfield. I think they're going to be too much for the Eagles to handle. And like I said, I'm going to say 34-24 will be the score that the Eagles go down. And we'll see what happens, of course. But again, I'll get it much more into that game next Tuesday night. Game number 2, the good old New York Giants come to Dallas. I don't remember the last time Dak Prescott lost to a Giants team. Do you guys? I know they've made improvements. I know they're all high on Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors and all that fun sort of stuff. And that defensive front is a big, strong, nasty bunch of boys. But it's still the Giants. So I'm going to say 27-20, the Cowboys win. Week 2, we're 2-0. Then we get the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, as I said to Daniken and Christy Love on our draft show, I said you apparently got yourself a quarterback. We'll see what Ben Johnson has cooking up his sleeve and all that fun sort of stuff. But again, the Bears, they just don't scare me. So I'm going to say that the Cowboys go 3-0 after they beat up on those Bears 37-17. So there you have a 3-0 start. Now this is where things turn, maybe, because the Green Bay Packers come calling. After that debacle of a playoff game, what a nightmare that was. I'm not so sure that Dallas has enough to stop every receiver that the Packers have and Jordan Love. So this is going to be a tough one for me to call. But I'll say the Packers hand the Cowboys their first loss of the season. I'll say they beat them 31-24. There's just something about that Packers team that even minus Aaron Rodgers, they've still got a knack for coming to Dallas and playing very, very well. So again, we'll see what happens. Now the next two games, Cowboys visit the Jets, and then they go visit the Carolina Panthers. Remember the last time we went and played those Jets? It was an ugly, ugly effort. But this time, I don't see the Cowboys having that much of an issue with them. I really don't. I think the Cowboys win this game. Oh, let's go with 24-20. And then of course it's the Panthers, who have Bryce Young at quarterback and all that good sort of stuff. I just don't see the Panthers having enough, even with Tedero McMillan as their star wide receiver. But this is the Cowboys we're talking about, who go on the road sometimes and they absolutely suck. So I'm going to give the Cowboys their second loss of the season when they face the Carolina Panthers. I'll say the Panthers beat them 27-21. And then, of course, we have that team from Washington come to town in Week 7. Well, you guys remember last year? What happened to Jaden Daniels in that first half, especially in that game? He got smoked quite a bit. And I feel the Cowboys could do the same thing to him again. Again, this is all based upon Micah Parsons playing. If Micah Parsons doesn't play, this team is in huge, huge trouble. If you look at the EPA / per play rate, the Dallas Cowboys defense, since Micah Parsons has joined the Cowboys 4 years ago, have been the number one defense in all of football on EPA per play with Micah Parsons on the roster. When Micah Parsons goes off the field, the Dallas Cowboys are the worst defense in all of football. So yeah, that scares the heck out of me, and it should scare every Cowboys fan as well. I'm going to say that the Commanders lose to the Cowboys. I'll say 30-23. Then we have to go up to the Mile High city of Denver. This is going to be an ugly day, I think. There's just something about this Denver Broncos team, who I actually have winning the AFC West this year over the Kansas City Chiefs and the LA Chargers. I think this Broncos defense is just so damn tough. They are absolute beasts. So therefore, I'm going to say the Broncos beat the Cowboys 30-20. Then we have the St. Louis. I said it. I said my baseball team, didn't I? It's the Arizona Cardinals, formerly the St. Louis Cardinals as well. But Kyler Murray loves playing at AT&T Stadium. We'll see what happens, but I think the Cowboys beat the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to say 27-17. And then we get to go out and visit the Raiders. The Raiders, huh? I know Pete Carroll loves to run the football. I know they've got Ashton Genty, and I know the Cowboys have sucked against the run. But everything else, I think the Cowboys have the advantage. So I'm going to say that the Raiders game, it'll be the Cowboys beating the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, and then we get to have the Eagles come to town. The Eagles. Oh, those poor guys. Guess what, folks? I don't have the Eagles winning the NFC East. I really don't. Howie's still making trades, as we all have seen and know, and all that fun sort of stuff. But again, I don't see this Eagles team repeating with Barkley being the main man. I just think that this Eagles team will have a pretty decent sized fall this year. I know many people would disagree with me, but I just have a feeling that the Eagles are going to have a very tough season. So I'm going to say the Cowboys win that game. Let's go with a 24-21 victory. Oh, and then it's going to be the Taylor Swift show coming to Dallas for Thanksgiving Day because Travis Kelce will be there. Well, congratulations on your engagement. Did you guys have to film all that nonsense? I mean, that's just stupidity. It's just, I think that's absolutely asinine. But hey, they're now getting married, so congratulations to them. Again, I don't have Kansas City going back to the Super Bowl either this year. Let me just. I'm going to say the Chiefs win in overtime, 24-21. Then I've got the Cowboys going up to the Lions. I don't know what this Lions team is going to be this year, but the new two assistant coaches. But again, the guys at Detroit are a very tough bunch. But I don't think that the Lions can repeat what they did to the Cowboys in recent memory. So I'm going to say that the Cowboys beat the Lions. I'm going to give it 24 to 14. And then we've got the Minnesota Vikings coming to town. I don't know if J.J. McCarthy will be the quarterback by that point. Who knows? But I do know that Justin Jefferson has very minimal yardage against Trayvon Diggs. Very minimal yardage. So I'm going to say the Cowboys beat the Vikings. I'm going to say it'll be 30. I'll say 30-13. And Justin Jefferson has another very bad day against Trayvon Diggs. Then we get the Chargers coming to town. And as everybody who knows me knows, I can't stomach anybody from that school up north, a.k.a. Michigan. I really can't say anything nice about their head coach. So just for that reason, Justin Jefferson, I'm sorry, but you're going to lose to the Cowboys. It's just that simple. Then we have the return to face Washington on Christmas Day. Who knows what the rosters are going to look like at that point. And again, with most of this, like I said earlier, I mean, if Micah doesn't play, this Cowboys team is really going to suck. But I'll say that the Commanders ruined Christmas Day for Dak. And then the Cowboys also go up and face the Giants on January the 4th. They'll beat the Giants. If Jackson Dart is starting, I don't care. If it's Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston, I don't care. We're still going to beat the New York Giants. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 losses for the Cowboys, folks. I got them going 12-5. And that's because Dak Prescott has CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. He has the dual threats, and Jake Ferguson is going to be coming in healthy this year. And I really, really think they're going to use Jaden Blue as a great receiver as well. So because of that talent, I've got the Cowboys going 12-5. We'll see what happens, of course. I actually, when I was on with Jeff last week, I said 11-6, but I went 12-5. Just because I want to see those Eagles fans crying the blues on Thursday, September the 4th. I really want to see that. There's a whole bunch of these guys out there saying that the Cowboys Super Bowl victories are on VHS only. Well, no, I'm sorry. They're available on HD, you clowns. And there's 5 of them compared to the 2 that you guys have. So you guys can be very, very quiet when it comes to talking about Super Bowls there, Philadelphia. The entire thing this season for the Cowboys, it comes down to Dak Prescott being healthy, having CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. And if Dak Prescott stays healthy all year long, this team will be right back to being 12-5 or 11-6. We'll see what happens in game 1. But it's not going to be the 7-win season that so many of these prognosticators say it is. I don't know where these guys get their knowledge from, because this Cowboys group with Dak Prescott healthy 3 years in a row was 12-5. And then of course, we went down last year. They also had, DeMarcus and Micah out for games, and they were 7-10. If they remain healthy, I think this team can go 12-5, win the NFC East. But I'm sorry, I have them losing in the playoffs to the Los Angeles Rams, who I think can win it all again. I think they end up playing Buffalo, and Buffalo goes 0-5 in the Super Bowl. So everybody talks about the Super Bowl titles that the Cowboys used to win and all that other jazz. That's fine and dandy. But where are the Super Bowl titles? In Buffalo, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, the Chargers, all these teams who have never even really, they've gotten to a game, some of them, but they got blown out. I think everybody needs to go after those fan bases, much more so than they have to go after the Dallas Cowboys. And that includes you, Stephen A. Smith, you clown. If you want to cheer for the Cowboys like I do, and like most of you fans do, that's our team. We stick by them through thick and thin. Through thick and thin. So when Stephen A. Smith says, "Oh, you Cowboys fans, blah 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 blah," well, guess what? I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. I've got fans of the Seattle Seahawks, the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, who are all claiming that they're going to go Super Bowl title. It happens everywhere. But of course, Stephen A. understands by hating the Cowboys fans, that's more money in his bank account. See, this is why I don't have time for Stephen A. Smith or Colin Cowherd or these big money media guys. I have no time for these guys. They don't care about the Cowboys. They They use the Cowboys to make themselves money, and that's the bottom line. So this week's show as well is brought to you by the NFL.com website. There's a link in the description if you do wish to buy something. That helps me out a little bit, which is greatly appreciated. And again, if they lose week 1, I still have them going 11-6. So that is the bottom line here. I think the Cowboys are going to be a better team than people think they are. And if you agree with me, that's great. If not, well, you can send me the at Greg Cowboys on X and at Blue Silver Break as well, which is my other X account for this show. You can tell me what you guys think they'll finish at this season. And again, I do need you to like this show and subscribe to the Team MBS YouTube channel. Please do that. That helps out little people like us. Okay. It's very simple to do. You hit the like button, one little click, you're done, and you click subscribe. Not hard to do, folks. So again, I need everybody to let me know how they feel the Cowboys will finish this year. It'll be an interesting season, and like I said, I've got them winning that first game, and I really feel that they can go 12-5 again, even though this schedule up front is difficult. I don't like them playing Green Bay or Denver in Denver. Those are going to be 2 tough games. That's going to be a very, very tough game. But yeah, that's going to be it tonight for the Blue and Silver Breakdown. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves, and I hope you all come back again next Tuesday when I break down the game against the Eagles. And everybody take care.